This is a free sample of the book, Man's Guide to Making Male Friends, by Cairo Copeland. The first half of this book is posted right here on YouTube, free for everyone to listen to. If you like this content and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/friends. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/friends.
Chapter 4. The Standard of Friendship to Seek. It's very clear to you now why having male friends is so important. But here's the catch. Not just any dude with Y chromosomes will do. What you need specifically to attain the great benefits described earlier is a certain type of guy friend. What does a quality friendship look like? The standard is to have a friend that can challenge you on your thinking, preventing negative thoughts, and silence your inner critic. Someone who recognizes when the evil inner voice is talking, whether you're speaking or silent. And this friend smashes that evil inner voice right in its tracks. When negativity is legitimately coming from you instead of the inner voice, this friend stands up even to you. When you bitch, "Oh, I wish that asshole politician wasn't elected," they'll say, "Well, he was. You never had a plan for how you were going to prevent it from happening, so what did you expect?" This is also a friend that tells it like it is, giving you words you need to hear over the words you want. The more unpleasant truths they tell you, the more beneficial they are to you. The need for male friends is also vital because they are the only ones that have the balls to tell you when you're fucking up your life. This is greater than some prayer group or accountability partner. Not that those things are bad, but they require you to diagnose within yourself where you fall short and disclose it. A band of brothers will see where you fall short and highlight it before you even bring it up. 2 practices for you and your friend to adopt, or group of friends, is the friendly free fire zone and a synergetic syndicate. In the friendly free fire zone, you and your friends have the right to bring up any subject, comment, concern, question, or criticism of each other, but only for the purpose of making each other better. This is when you can have conversations together that are not guarded by manners or the cultural cliche of we don't stick our noses into people's personal business. You're not doing this to be a nosy pest with your friends. Instead, you are doing this to create an alliance where anything can be said that needs to be said to make a man better. "John, you're smoking more often lately. What's going on?" In response, John might say he's been feeling more stressed than usual, but in the friendly free fire zone, you don't settle for that brush-off answer. "I'm serious, John. What's really happening?" You want to be able to establish this space with your friends, that while it's a safe space where you're not going to bully or shit on him, you will be keeping a watchful eye on him to call him out for doing something that could easily fuck up his life. Real and raw. It's a place where you can hear the real business about their lives, spoken bluntly. Next, in a synergetic syndicate, you are surrounding yourself with men that are better than you at something you want to be better at. You've probably heard the phrase before that if you're the smartest man in the room, be afraid. The same goes for many areas of life. If you're the most shredded man in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the richest man in the room, you're in trouble. You want to be around guys that have qualities emanating from them to the point where being around them inspires you to want to emulate them. This doesn't mean you have to be the dud of the group that brings no qualities of his own for them to siphon from. You just need to have different qualities than theirs. That way, your group is forming synergies. You won't find perfect people that agree with you on everything, but that's alright because you're not perfect either, so you have that in common. Don't pull the high school horse shit of, "I can't be friends with them because they won't understand me because they don't listen to the same music as me." Instead, to start this syndicate, all that needs to happen is for one man to speak up. He could say something like, "Dude, you're in great shape," or "You're really good with money," or "You get girls so easily and I don't. Can you help me with that?" And right there, it has begun. The great thing about men is that men are more than willing to share their knowledge about something they're good at. It makes them feel important. And at the top of the list of human needs is the need to feel important, to feel necessary, to feel like a net positive addition to this world. The final piece of this ideal friendship puzzle is that any new friends you wish to take on, they cannot be blue pill simps. You will be able to tell when a man is red pilled because most likely he is successful in his work, his life, and often has women submitting to him, but the blue-pilled guys come with their own unique set of alarm bells. If a guy calls his wife his best friend, or his better half, or says things like, "I don't know how she puts up with a schmuck like me," he's a fool not fit for friendship. Males who self-deprecate and say things like, "I don't understand how she puts up with me," are very weak males who will bring you down. This is not a repeat of grade school pissing contests where we say shit like boys rule, girls drool. This is a legitimate life and death matter. A male who believes that his woman is the pinnacle of value in his life and the more priceless person in the relationship is clearly in her frame. Being around guys that surrender the frame to their female will have you adopt their characteristics and behaviors. Worse yet, these guys are also very likely to be infected with the dreaded disease of one-itis, to the point where you'd hear them say, "I can't live without her." And that statement is 100% true to them. They place so much of their own value as a human on being her boyfriend, her husband. They make deep ego investments into that identity. If their relationship was ever threatened, they are likely to kill themselves. That's what makes this a matter of life and death. These males are weak, and they are cowards. They will have you reverting to the blue pill again through slow and subtle refueling of the poisonous conditioning. Further, you cannot be friends with black pill guys either. MGTOW men are not bad by default, but MGTOWs that have grown resentful and hateful of women are a threat to your life. Every man should go his own way, unless that way is down the black pill path. Their fatalist mindsets will keep you down like crabs in a bucket. Should you ever experience success with women or in life, they will turn on you in a heartbeat. You must be friends only with high-caliber men if you ever wish to become one, or if you already are one and wish to remain that way. When my friends are training hard, even if I don't feel like training, I will train because I don't want to look like the bitch of the group. When my friends are making money, I push myself to work harder and make money too, because I don't want to be the broke one of the group. This is why guys joke around in a seemingly harsh manner, ripping on each other and calling each other names. It's not to be bullies or toxic animals. It's to push each other to the peak of our potentials. Further, you know the guy that can handle being called a name by you and still be your friend is also a guy that you can call upon to help you in a rough situation, like having to move a ton of furniture, repair a home destroyed by a storm, or have your back in a fight. The blue-pilled simps and the black-pilled incels are the bitches that can't take that kind of razzing. We men should stop saying to each other, "Don't be a bitch," and start saying, "Don't be a simp," or "Don't be a black pill." If you're friends with guys that are brave enough to talk to women, you will be too. If they pussy out around women and act like simps, you will too. Being surrounded by cowards is a death sentence. So where do you find these awesome guys to fill the voids in your life? Friendships are made, not found. We don't tell kids to go find friends. We tell them to make friends. That doesn't change in adulthood. You can't choose friends until you know who they are, and they can't choose you until they know who you are. Later, I will give you very specific strategies and suggestions on where to look for these friends and how to approach them to make them into friends. But I'll give a method away right now. Start with the guys that you already know. Now, the problem most guys have now is not that they don't have any male friends. It's that they don't have any depth to those friendships. A great way to ensure they see things the same way you do, that you're compatible as bros, and that there is potential depth to your relationship, is to share with them this series of books, The Missing Manuals to Male Success. I say this not to be this selfish, shameless promoter. I say that because I know that giving the red pill to another guy is like giving them the cheat code in life. Most of the time, the guys will love what he reads because Often he was raised without a father, and no one taught him these things. Shit, you don't even have to make it about my books. Forget about me. Make it another red pill writer or content creator like Rollo Tomasi, Richard Cooper, Donovan Sharp, or Coach Greg Adams. Give your guy friends one of their books and say, hey, I'm reading this and it's really opening up my mind to things I never imagined. I see the world so much differently now. I'm wondering what you might think of this. Or you could just drop him a video from Better Bachelor, Fresh and Fit podcast, and think before you sleep. Then ask them, what are your thoughts on this? That's all it takes to get things started. Often at men's conferences or in men's books, guys get the impression that they've got to do everything all on their own. But when more like-minded males come together, they leverage each other's power and exponentially grow their impact.
Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book, Man's Guide to Making Male Friends by Cairo Copeland. If you enjoyed it and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/friends. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/friends.